G'day guys, Charlie Matthews here from Deutz-Fahr, New Zealand. So coming out of lockdown, we've had a really good couple of months. We've had some excellent sales and we've seen a lot of positivity out among the farmers, which is real great to see. Heading into spring, we couldn't ask for a better start. We've had 3 days of beautiful sunshine here in the Waikato. We're starting to pull the demo gear out and get in on the paddocks and cut some grass. That being said, we've still got some excellent deals on our 6 Series range for our farmers, our contractors, growers, that sort of 130 up to 200 horsepower range. Excellent deals to be had. So behind me here, we've got our 4-cylinder 6 Series tractors. So we've got 130, 140 horsepower models. 2 transmission options available, either our semi-power shift option or our TDV Vario transmission. Excellent tractors for sheep and beef guys, dairy farmers, the likes. Put a loader on these things. They're an incredibly versatile tractor with their short wheelbase, extremely manoeuvrable. Still got all those great features you expect on our Deutz-Fahr tractors. So we've got our 4-wheel braking, we've got stop and go, quick steer, 100% diff locks. All the features that you need for this sort of size tractor to really make them perform well. So coming into spring, it's a great time to get one of these tractors out on your farm and give it a go for yourself. A lot of our power farming dealers throughout the North and South Island are stocking these tractors as branch demonstrators. So if you're interested, get down to your local dealer and go for a bet with one. Yeah, you can't knock it till you try it. You'll be blown away at how great these tractors perform. So moving up to our 6G range behind me here, these tractors range from 135 up to 205 horsepower. Again, excellent farmer tractors, or even up to that lower end tractor for a contractor. The different levels of spec on these with our Vista and Summit models mean that you can spec these down or up to suit your application. If you're doing a lot of road work, you might want to opt for something like front suspension, so you can get those 50k road speeds, but extra comfort. But they still have a lot of great standard features on them anyway. We've got 5-gear, 6-speed power shift transmissions, so incredibly efficient. Plenty of versatility in terms of different applications when you're working. Cab suspension, so nice and comfortable on all the tractors. 3 or 4 remotes depending on your level of spec. They really are an excellent utility tractor in that larger range. So yeah, good low end torque on that 6-cylinder tractor. So over side of me here, we've got our 6155G model, so up to 160 horsepower on these ones. Now we offer our 135 and 155 tractors in either a Vista or a Summit spec. So what that basically means is our Vista is our mid-level spec, so it's still got a lot of great features on them. Cab suspension, 6-speed power shift, big hydraulic pumps. Stepping up to that Summit spec, you just get a little bit more in terms of comfort and performance in regard to hydraulic flow and capability, and a couple other minor spec options on them. So big difference down the front end is probably our front suspension. So our Summit here, it's got some nice front suspension on these. It's slung from underneath the oil sump and comes forward to the front of the axle, so it carries that front axle really nicely. Doesn't dive when you're braking or doesn't pitch forward, and it doesn't rise when you're accelerating or putting big loads on the back. It's self-leveling, so it's a real nice smooth system. Gives you excellent smooth ride if you're doing a lot of road work. 50k road speeds mean you can cut time by getting between jobs a bit faster. So around the back here, a few more features, like 4 remotes on our Summit tractors. They also run load sensing hydraulic pumps. So with a load sensing hydraulic pump, basically what that means is that the oil's only circulated when it needs to be required by the implement. So you're not pumping oil around and diverting it. So huge advantages are less wear on your pumps and your tractor, and also more efficient, fuel efficient wise, because you're not driving that pump all the time, you're only driving it when you need it. With the load sensing pump, the beauty of the Summits is we get our power beyond and load sensing fittings. So if you're running like a fusion baler or an implement that controls its own oil supply, it's nice and easy. You've got your fittings here, you're ready to go. You don't have to run off one of your QRCs. It gives you a bit more versatility. As well as on our Summits, with our transmission, we also offer a creep box, which is standard on our Summits, which basically for you guys that are growing vegetables or doing really slow application tasks, you can get down to those real slow speeds, talking a couple 100 meters an hour. So yeah, real versatile tractors, gives you plenty of options. If you can find a speed in these tractors that doesn't suit the task you're doing, you're doing pretty bloody well, to be fair. So moving up to our larger 2 models with our 185 and 205, you'll see on the side of the bonnet here, we've got RC shift. So RC shift is our higher end transmission. So in terms of your speed, your layout of your speeds, it's still the same as on our smaller G series. However, with the RC shift, it gives you an electronic controller. So it works a lot like a Triptronic in your car. Really, you just push the lever back and forward and it'll shift the gears on its own. You can also set automatic modes where you go semi-auto, where the tractor will stay in the range you select, but it'll power shift up and down on its own. Or you can go to full auto for on the road or carting trailers through the farm, where you set the minimum gear you want to shift down to, the maximum gear you want to shift up to, and the tractor will just shift between it on its own depending on speed, load, and what you're trying to do with the tractor. It's a really nice, smooth transmission. A lot of guys that have these tractors have really found that it's a lot more efficient and a lot more comfortable to operate with the long days too. You're not having to wear that left knee out by pushing the clutch in all the time. So jump up and have a look. So to our right here, we've got our multi-function armrest complete with our controller. So on our controller, we've got a lot of commonly used functions. You hitch up and down, you can set cruise speeds, change the driving mode. You can also shuttle forward and reverse, so instead of using the shuttle up on your left-hand side here, you can use the arrows in conjunction with the button on the back. Now with the gears that I talked about earlier, to change up and down your power shifts, you simply push the lever forward or pull it back, or to do a range change, there's a big plastic button on the back in there. Hold that in and do the exact same movement, and that's going to change up and down those ranges. Really easy to use, your hands staying nice and close, you're not having to move it around all the time to lift your linkage up and down or change gears. Yeah, it's a real nice, comfortable controller. As well as on the armrest, you've got a couple other commonly used functions, for example your diff lock, your four-wheel drive, and also Deutz-Fahr's ASM system, which is our automatic engagement and disengagement of our diff lock and four-wheel drive. So that works depending on our steering angle or the speed of the tractor. So again, taking out those functions that you're not having to move around, pressing different buttons all the time. It's all automated in these tractors. Lastly, on the armrest, we've got a hand throttle, and we can also save an engine speed. So when we're using our PDO equipment, when we're constantly when we're constantly going back to that same engine speed, instead of having to set that hand throttle at that sweet spot all the time, we can simply hold down that button and save that speed, and then just recall it by pressing it each time. So yeah, again, it makes life a lot easier when you're doing that real repetitive work. So there you have it, that's our 6 Series range. Get into your local power farming dealer. We're nationwide, or get online to deutztractors.co.nz. As I said earlier, we've got plenty of stock of demonstrators throughout our dealer network, so if you're wondering what these tractors go like, you want to find out for yourself, get in and have a go, and don't knock it till you try it. They're excellent tractors, and I'm sure you'll be satisfied if you do get in and have a bit of a play on these machines.